In the last tutorial, I reset my ball when a player scored and updated the score on the screen. Today, as my last tutorial, I'm basically going to play a sound whenever my ball collides with my paddles. So starting off, you want to make sure that you have a sound file ready, and in my case, you can see that I already have a bouncing sound ready, and you can find a lot of these sounds on the internet. But keep in mind that you must save your sound in the exact same folder that your Python file is saved in, or else this will not work, okay? So as you can see, I have my main Python program inside of a folder called PyProjects, and as you can see, I have my bounce sound inside of the same folder, okay? Now, in order to actually utilize sounds in your game, what you first need to do is to import a module which is responsible for handling sounds. But depending on whether you are on a Mac or Windows, you need to import a different module. So if you're on Windows, you basically need to import a module called WinSound. And if you're on a Mac, you need to import a module called OS. So since I'm on a Mac, I'll need to import the OS module. So I'm just going to come up to the top of my program, and under where I have import random here, I'm simply going to import OS, okay? And similarly, if you're on Windows, you need to import WinSound, okay? And now, since I want to play my sound whenever the ball collides with either of my paddles, what I need to do is to first go inside the if statement where I check for collision between my ball and my first paddle, for example. So I'm just going to find it, and as I scroll down, you can see that this if statement is where I check for collision between my left paddle and my ball. And right inside of it, I can play my sound. But playing sound will also differ depending on whether you're on Windows or whether you're on Mac, okay? So if you're on Windows, what you need to do is to simply say WinSound dot play sound, okay? And you also want to make sure that play sound is with a capital P and capital S, okay? Just like I have it here, okay? And now inside of parentheses, you simply want to write the name of your sound file, okay? So in my case, since I name my sound file bounce.wave, I basically want to write the exact same thing. So I'm just going to write bounce.wave inside of quotation marks. And now, after a comma, I'm simply going to say WinSound dot snd, this is all capitals, and then underscore async, okay? So just like how I have it here, okay? And what this last bit does is it basically prevents your program from freezing whenever your sound plays, okay? That's what normally happens, right, when you don't have this written. But if you're on a Mac, playing your sound is going to be different. So on Mac, you basically need to say os.system, and then you want to write open and close parentheses, and inside these parentheses you want to say AF play. So make sure the AF play is inside quotation marks, and after a space you want to write the name of your sound file, okay? So in my case, since my sound file is named bounce.wave, I'm basically going to write the exact same thing, so bounce.wave. And after this is where you want to pay attention. You want to basically write the AND character, okay, which you type by pressing Shift 7 on your keyboard, okay? So it looks like the character you see right here, okay? And the purpose of this is basically the same as the snd async for the Windows command, okay? Basically what it does is it prevents the game from freezing when your sound is played, okay? So you want to make sure that you have the AND at the end of it, okay? And make sure there's no space in between this and your file name either, okay? Make sure it's attached. And now the last thing I need to do is to play my sound when the ball hits my right paddle. And to do so, I'm just going to go inside my other if statement, so the one here, as you can see, and I'm basically going to write the same thing as before, okay? So I'm basically just going to copy what I have over here, okay, and I'm going to use it inside of my other if statement, okay? And that's basically all you have to do. Now, since I'm on a Mac, I'm actually going to delete the when sound line, okay? And I'm also going to do the same for this one here as well. And now all you should be left with is 2 lines of a sound command, okay? So either os.system or whensound.playSound, okay? And now all that's left to do is to run my program, okay? And when I do so, you'll see that when the ball touches my paddle, the bouncing sound is played, okay? So as you can see, it's playing the sound properly, and yeah, that's basically your Pong game. We just built everything there is to Pong. So yeah, there you go. And now we just managed to create a Pong game completely from scratch. And if you watched all the way until the end of this series, I actually want to give you a massive thank you. And I would also hugely appreciate if you guys leave this video a like as well as subscribe to my channel, since I actually put a lot of work to make this series, and I would highly appreciate any support. But anyways guys, this was my Pong in Python series, and I'll see you on my future videos. Peace.